Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vanburman podcast with me, of course, Vanburman. It will just be me today talking about stuff. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm going to start off with some stuff that I've read regarding Final Fantasy VII, and some of the things that have come up for the Steam version is that it's not letting people play the game, and there's all sorts of problems with the DRM as well, and that does come through Square Enix, because I have bought the game when they re-released it for the PC on their own website, and it costs the same as it costs for Steam when it came out, but it also was on sale as well at one point for $4.99. They did it at half price for a bit, so I bought it for my cousin then as well. And the problem I have is that I was starting to do a walkthrough, but half the time when I was ready to play it and wanting to play it, the game wouldn't load up past Square's own launcher, and there was no real reason for it. Sometimes the launcher wouldn't work at all, and it's because I don't know how Square Enix do their DRM protection, but the launcher doesn't want to connect to them half the time, which really does make it unplayable. It's not something I really mentioned at the time because it's pretty much what I expected from Square Enix, but now that it's been released on Steam, people still have to go through Square Enix's own protection as well, which seems a bit silly to me. Personally, I do understand the point with DRM. Obviously, it's a very important thing for nowadays, especially. I don't think it's quite good enough because obviously there's still a lot of pirating of games, but there's only a certain amount that game companies can do. But in relation to how Steam, run their own protection through obviously the game libraries and stuff, I don't see why Square Enix needs to have their own level of protection in there. I think that how Steam do it, they do it well enough, and the fact that the majority of stuff that they sell is quite reasonably priced, especially when they have a sale on. And really, $9.99 is, I would say, it's too much Final Fantasy VII personally. But I think the price on the PSN, which is about, I think it's $6.99, I believe, is a far better price point. So I'm only talking about £3 difference, but I think that the £10 is too high personally. Not that I don't know, I guess maybe for the floors and stuff, but obviously they're outside of the game rather than the actual game itself. But still, for £10, if you've not played it before, it's definitely worth playing. There are some Steam Greenlight games which are more than that, which are nowhere near as good. Not that I don't think Final Fantasy VII is the best Final Fantasy, but that's really beside the point. It is still an amazing game in its own right, no matter what you judge it against. And seeing as I mentioned before that I bought a key off the Square Enix site, they've not actually made those keys available to redeem on Steam, which I felt a bit disgruntled by it, because I was looking to try and find my key, and while I was looking, I noticed that people had put comments on their game page saying it's now out on Steam, why doesn't my keys work? And then obviously that was my point when I stopped looking for my key, of course. But I was a bit disappointed by that, and so I'm hoping that they'll rectify that and actually make their keys available for Steam, because I do want it on Steam for obvious reasons. Obviously we have the Steam achievements and stuff, which it's not a huge amount to shout about, but when I'm playing games, I like them to be on Steam because it shows my time that I've spent playing stuff on Steam, I guess. It's a bit of a weird thing for it, but I do like to have most of my things on Steam if possible. I'm not going to go out and spend £10 because I don't have Final Fantasy on Steam. If they do give me a key for it, then I will. If it has 75% off and it's £2.50, then I'll go and buy it again. That's fine. But at the minute, I'm not willing to buy it again just to have it on Steam. But hopefully we'll see Square Enix sort those problems out. I don't know whether they will or not.